and welcome to winemastery.co.uk. My name is John Lightfoot and this is
John Murphy.
And we're here to tell you about wine, hopefully help you find the wine, if not the wines, that you will absolutely adore. And in this episode, we are going to taste a Rioja. Now, I sense John sort of perking up at that because he loves Rioja, but now I'm going to dampen him by telling him it's a white Rioja.
Yeah, still, I do like white Riojas as well. Just Rioja is my favourite. When you said we were tasting Riojas this evening, I was like, oh my God. And then, I mean, I'm not disappointed as such. I'm not disappointed. I'm looking forward to trying it, but I would have preferred a red Rioja.
Because that's your favourite.
It is indeed.
Okay, so we're tasting. Now, I'm going to have a go at pronouncing this because you know what I'm like. Well, if you've watched any of the other videos, you'll know what I'm like at pronunciation, just a tad worse than awful. So we're going to taste a Campo Viejo Rioja 2020. You see the bottle coming up between us here. So it's obviously a big label.
It is, yeah, a very well-known one as well. I've seen, you can see this everywhere.
And I think, you know, there's a big machine behind this in terms of, you know, it's a very big distillery. They know exactly what they're doing. They've got it down to a science as well as an art. Mm-hmm. So I'm expecting grand things, especially as I paid £8 for this bottle.
He's been going on about this all evening. All evening.
Well, can you blame me?
I can't blame you for one moment.
It's
£8.
Yeah, it's not as bad as one we're going to taste this evening, which would be another episode, which costs a penny off £25.
He's going to need a seat for that one. I can tell.
I am going to need a seat for that one. But anyway, so that's made me feel better about this being only £8.
I'll go with that. Only £8. So that's what we need to get. It's only £8.
What's money after all? So, on with the tasting. So, can we have a look at the colour first?
I don't know if this might make you cry, John.
No, it won't make me cry. I love wine. It's just paying for it I don't like.
It's overrated, that paying for wine, isn't it?
So, as you can see, it's a very sort of, almost like lemony yellow.
It's a very light colour, is that? Yeah, very light.
Yeah.
Which Rioja I expect a little bit darker.
A little bit more sort of goldeny tinge.
Yeah, definitely. But it's not a problem. It's not a problem. So we've got on the old nose.
Go on the nose, yeah. That's really nice.
Yeah.
That is really nice. So I'm getting melon from that?
Yeah, spot on. This is a little bit more, for me, floral, and that's a lot more than I expected from looking at the colour there. I thought they'd be much lighter on the nose, but that has actually come through quite. It's come through good as a
peachy apricotty.
Yes, more kind of that tropical fruit style.
Yeah.
But a white Rioja, it gets me the same as a red Rioja in that I could spend a lot of time smelling a Rioja before getting into that, and that's got that exact same thing. Because how many things you just pulled out of there? You know that the melon, the floral,
and the floral,
yeah, the tropical in there. So let's see how that comes through on the palate.
Yeah, the taste. It's not quite as full on the taste as the nose would suggest it's going to be. It's got a little bit of sharpness there. I can just feel hitting me now. But as that sharpness comes in, it's actually covered the taste disappearing.
Yeah.
So really nice taste. Got a little bit of sort of like the twinkle of the eye, twitching of the eye, and then now that's gone. I can hardly taste anything. Yeah,
I agree fully on that one. No, it did. It was very pleasing to begin with. It hit you, and this telling a good wine was that every bit of that flavour that came through on the nose was there, but it was only there briefly. It came hit you, but in saying that, I liked the soft notes, not too acidic, not too sharp at all. But like you say, it just disappointed a little bit towards the end because there's no real length on there. It's.
And would you expect a length with a Rioja, white Rioja?
With a Rioja, yeah, definitely. Yeah. That's what you want. That's what you want, that little, after you've tasted it, going, feeling those little bits that come up, was that good, bad? But I'm going to come back to this thing when I say it's £8, which I don't think is mega money, but we have tasted better wines at better prices.
Yeah, I think we've tasted wines at £6 mark, which is a 25% reduction from here.
Well, I don't know that, but I knew you would know that exactly.
And they've been better than this. So I mean, this isn't a nice wine. It is, It's one of those party wines. It's sort of like it's light, it's refreshing. So if you're chatting to people, it'd be a delightful wine to drink at a party. It's not a wine to sit down and the nose was good, but once you get to the taste, it's like.
Yeah, like you said, on that nose, I was really getting in there and expressive and fine these as you were also. But then the flavor, the kind of power of the taste was nice, but the power of flavour let it down. This is what I would say.
Yeah, and the length as well was. The flavour was quite good instantaneously, but it just didn't hold. Or did you not feel that? Do you not feel even the instantaneous was strong enough?
I feel like this is one like I'm doing now, and which we found with many of the wines is like all the power of flavours there to begin with, but then when it goes, which this has done, you're then like chasing it and thinking, so you can't say,
Yeah, which gives you an excuse to have another sip, of course.
Of course. So then that lends us on to what we would match with this, cheese and food-wise.
Okay, am I, as normal, you doing cheese, I'm doing food?
I like this arrangement we've got.
Okay.
So for the food, cheese, I think I would go with something like I'm going to lean it towards a blue cheese. And again, we've said this before, blue cheese and white wine, perhaps not the best, but it depends on that blue cheese. The blue cheese, I'd be going with something called Grand Noir.
How do you spell that?
Grand Noir.
Oh, Grand, G-R-A-N-D-E.
Grand, no, just with a D.
Oh,
no,
just with a D,
no E. It's a German blue, which is very mushroomy, kind of almost foisty. I know that doesn't sound good, but if you were to try something, you would see what I mean. That kind of foisty richness, I think, would suit that. That would be my choice for the cheese.
And you think that's be strong enough to cut through that?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. So in terms of food, I'd say you could get away, sort of like a white meat, so a chicken dish if you were having that, as long as there wasn't too much powerful sauce on it. It was just like sort of breast of chicken or something. Even leg, actually, I think this might have a problem in terms of challenging if it was a sort of darker meat. So then I'd be looking at sort of like grilled fish. Maybe some grilled trout, or maybe even that might be a little bit too oily for this. So some grilled cod or cod in salt, sort of flat fish, maybe lemon sole with this.
I'm letting you go for this, John. I'm enjoying what you're talking about. I'm not stopping you. Go for it.
So so a nice sort of white fish, a flaky white fish would, I think, go down well with this.
I would concur.
Yeah. Yeah, good. Well, I guess, we're rattling through this one, I think, because to a degree we're both disappointed with it.
Yeah, there is that element of disappointment in that.
Yeah. So, that will lead us then to, excuse me, because I'm just thinking I spent £8 or something. I'm disappointed with
We've got all evening to go, so.
That leads us then onto the score.
Okay.
Do you want me to go first?
Why not?
Okay, I'm going to say 71.
Oof, John, that shocked me as that, because I'm in the 70s and I was going to go 75, 45. I was battling with that, but we're not usually that far off.
No, well, perhaps the fact that it's £8 had that.
How did I know you were going to say? We've got to let that bit go, John. I suppose in the scoring we don't. Yeah, I think it's just, as if it promised a lot and didn't give the goods. Didn't
deliver. So
no.
Happy with the bouquet, happy with the nose.
Yeah.
The initial taste is great, but then it disappears.
Yeah.
So, for me, would I have this in my cupboard? Would I buy another one? Sorry, guys. No, I wouldn't, because there are wines that I know that we've had that I've enjoyed much more and are cheaper. Mm-hmm. And for you, if someone brought this to your home, given that you've got your own wine shop, so you've got loads of wine, but if someone brought this round to you at a dinner party and gave it to you, would you keep it or would you pass it on?
I'd pass it on.
Okay, well, I think that's pretty conclusive then, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, guys. Now, in all of this, as we say, and we will say it again, just because we don't think a lot of it, it may just hit the right button. So we're not saying don't try it, for goodness sake, give it a try. Even if it's to be interested, just to compare with what we think, see if you come up with the same conclusions. And if you do, or if you don't, let us know in the comments section. We'd be pleased to hear from you. So with that, we look forward to, I certainly look forward to finding a wine that actually is going to deliver on its money.
This is almost impossible. But no, it'd be yeah, let's see what happens.
Yeah, I'm sure it will. So we look forward to seeing you in the next one. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Click that bell and that'll make sure you're notified when we next publish a video. They're normally published on Saturdays, Saturday mornings, or morning, afternoon, depending where you are in the world, of course. We look forward to seeing you in the next one. Until then, chin chin.
Chin chin.